Hello everyone, let us now continue our discussion for week 6, topic 1, part 2, for the topic exponential functions, which can be found on pages 88 to 89 of your module, and we will be discussing example number 1. Example number 1, complete a table of values for x is equal to -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3 for the exponential function y is equal to 1/3 raised to x, y is equal to 10 raised to x, and y is equal to 0.8 raised to x. So you are given three functions and you are asked to solve for the values of y given the values of x from -3 to +3. So for our first function, y is equal to 1/3 raised to x, we will be solving for the value of y given the values of x. But before that, let us first review the laws of exponents. So the first law, we have a raised to 1 is equal to a, or it simply means any number raised to 1 is the number. Say for example, if we have 100 raised to 1 is equal to 100, 1/4 raised to 1 is equal to 1/4. The second law is a raised to 0 is equal to 1, or it simply means that any number raised to 0 is always equal to 1, but with the exemption of the base equal to 0. So you cannot have 0 raised to 0. Okay, so example, we have 100 raised to 0 is 1, 1/4 raised to 0 is equal to 1. The third law is the negative exponent. So we have a raised to -n is equal to 1 over a raised to +n. So if you can observe, if we have negative exponent, we'll just be getting the reciprocal of that number and make the exponent positive. So say for example, we have 5 raised to -2 is equal to 1 over 5 squared, or 1 over 25. Next law, we have a raised to m times n, or a raised to m raised to n is just equal to a raised to m times n. So this is just the product of the two exponents. Next law is a raised to m times a raised to n is equal to a raised to m plus n, or it simply means that when you multiply numbers with the same bases, you just copy the base and add the exponent. Next, if we have a raised to m over a raised to n is equal to a raised to m minus n, or it simply means that when you divide numbers with the same bases, you just copy the base and subtract the exponents. Next, we have a times b raised to m is equal to a raised to m times b raised to m. So this parenthesis means that the exponent of a is m and the exponent of b is also m. And the last one, we have a divided by b raised to m is equal to a raised to m divided by b raised to m. So this parenthesis means that the exponent of a is m and the exponent of b is also m. So let us now proceed to the first function, y is equal to 1/3 raised to x. So let us start. If x is equal to -3, so by substitution, we have y is equal to 1/3 raised to -3. So using the laws of exponent, this parenthesis means that the exponent of 1 is -3 and the exponent of 3 is also -3, such that we have y is equal to 1 raised to -3 over 3 raised to -3. So for this, we have negative exponents. So applying the laws of exponents, we have we'll be making our exponents positive. So when the number is in the numerator, we will be bringing this to the denominator and make the exponent positive. So 1 raised to -3 goes to the denominator and the exponent becomes positive. Next, 3 raised to negative 3 is in the denominator, so we will be bringing this to the numerator and the exponent becomes positive, such that we have y is equal to 3 cubed divided by 1 cube. So we will be expanding this. 3 cube is 27, 1 cube is 1. So 27 divided by 1 is 27. So when your x is negative 3, the value of y is 27. So for the values of x equal to negative 2 and negative 1, we have the same process as for the value of x equal to 3. You can pause the video to study the process. So if your x is negative 2, the value of y is 9. If your x is negative 1, the value of x is positive 3. Now let us proceed to x is equal to 0. So applying the law of exponent, we have 0 exponent. So y is equal to 1/3 raised to 0 is equal to 1. That is according to the law of exponent. When your x is positive 1, so by substitution, y is equal to 1/3 raised to 1. So again, according to the law, any number raised to 1 is the number. So 1/3 raised to 1 is 1/3. So therefore, our y is 1/3 when x is equal to 1. When x is equal to positive 2, so by substitution, we have 1/3 squared. That is, y is equal to 1 squared over 3 squared. So 1 squared is 1. 3 squared is 9. So therefore, y is equal to 1 over 9. So when x is equal to 2, y is equal to 1 over 9. And the last one, we have if x is equal to 3, by substitution, we have 1/3 raised to 3. So we have 1 cube over 3 cube. Expand, so this will become 1 cube is 1 and 3 cube is 27. So therefore, when x is 3, your y is 1 over 27. Let us proceed to the second function, y is equal to 10 raised to x. So when x is equal to negative 3, by substitution, we have y is equal to 10 raised to negative 3. So since we have negative exponent, we'll be applying the law of negative exponent. So 10 raised to negative 3 becomes 1 over 10 cubed. And we have 10 cubed is 1,000. So therefore, y is equal to 1 over 1,000. So when your x is negative 3, the value of y is 1 over 1,000. So for negative 2 and negative 1 as the value of x, we have the same process. For solving for the value of y, it's just like the process when your x is negative 3. So you can pause this video to study the process. Okay, so when your x is negative 2, the value of y is 1 over 100. When your x is negative 1, the value of y is 1 over 10. And then when your x is 0, so 10 raised to 0, of course, it is equal to 1. When your x is 1, so 10 raised to 1 is 10. When your x is 2, 10 squared is 100. And when your x is 3, therefore, you have 10 cube is 1,000. Okay, so we have now completed the table of values for function number 2. And the last one, we have the third function, y is equal to 0.8 raised to x. For this time, we will be using a calculator. Okay, so let us start with the first value of x. We have negative 3. So we have 0.8 raised to negative 3. So the answer is 1.953125. Next, when your x is -2, the value of your y is 1.5625. When your x is -1, the value of your y is 1.25. When your x is 0, of course, the value of your y is 1. When your x is +1, of course, the answer is 0.8. When the value of your x is 2, the value of y is 0.64. And the last one, we have if the value of y is 3, or I mean the value of x is 3, the value of y is 0.512. Okay? So therefore, this is now your table of values for the three functions. Okay? So for this video, we have discussed evaluating exponential functions. And I hope you will always remember the laws of exponents because you will be needing this for our next topic. So from time to time, please review the laws of exponents so that it would be easy for you to comprehend and understand the next topic that we will have. So that's all. Thank you very much.